We're recording!
Howdy, folks, howdy. Don't delay. Get your guitar from Sean Brock Music today. If you want a banjo or a mandolin, Sean Brock Music is the place to win. He's certainly not the only game in town, but he offers the best prices and service that I've found. If you want to pay more, then go away. But if you have a brain, stay on hold. And we're sorry for your delay. Those who know what's what are calling Sean Brock Music today. If you have a brain, stay on hold. And we're sorry for your delay. Those who know what's what are calling Sean Brock Music today.
Howdy folks, howdy. Sean Brock here with you once again. I'd like to please ask you to subscribe. As always, if you're new around here, check out the catalog of all the fine instruments that we've had on. This one here is unique. This is a D18 kit that I put together from our friends up at Blues Creek Guitars. Just kind of a 30s inspired 18 kit, red spruce top. I like this thing. If I have to say so myself. So today, I kind of owe you guys a big update. There's been questions asked, wonderment about, and people sort of wondering some of the stuff that's been going on with the channel and with me. And this is going to have some very important information. So I'd like to ask you to kind of stick around and listen to some of what I've got to say, or all of what I've got to say, rather. If you're somebody who hangs around here and you're somebody who is interested in acoustic instruments, guitars, of course, in particular, but all acoustic instruments, I want to share a little bit of news with you. One thing I want to ask you to do is to visit our new website from time to time, SeanBrockMusic.com. That's SeanBrockMusic.com. And you're going to kind of see a change in scenery over there, because our retail store is launching. Not everybody catches every video, obviously. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't catch most videos, I think. But here's kind of the situation. For as much as 10 years, but very strongly for about 8 years, I've made some threats about opening a music store. Why? Well, I felt, the music store is very important to me as a kid in the 90s. And somewhere around the turn of the century, after the year 2000, I felt like music stores, the mom and pop type store that I was used to, went on a big decline. And that started for several reasons. A lot of the big companies, Gibson, Fender, Martin, started doing pretty big demands, costs, like $100,000 per year orders. And I remember like a certain one of those manufacturers that I named came into my local music store and said, hey, listen, you're not going to buy anything from us. You have to buy at least $100,000 a year, and you can't carry these products or those products from competing manufacturers. And so my local store said, well, hey, we just can't do it. We can't do it. And that put a lot of the smaller businesses in a very hard spot. And of course, now we see that even CF Martin is gone direct to consumer sales, and it's one of the worst times to open a music store, I think, but it's also one of the best. And one thing I want to ask you to do, there's a lot of you who have been around here for a very long time, and I know the people who will and the people who won't. But we will put a link in the description box for Google. I would like to ask you that if I have helped you, whether it be choosing a guitar, all the hundreds and thousands of phone calls I've received with people asking questions about this guitar, these strings, those capos, these techniques, all these things to do with guitar, mandolin, with doing to do with repertoire and learning the instruments. I would like to ask you, the thousands that I have given my time to, that if I have helped you in some way, I would like for you to go over, visit this link, and I would like for you to please leave me a review on Google for our business, Sean Brock Music. And I'll actually put that up on the website too when I publish another blog. That link where you can just go direct to Google and leave us a business review. I would sure appreciate it. But it is a bad time and a good time to open a store. It's a good time for me because I have done this on here for years and years, and I have threatened to open a place, and I have helped so many people. We've done hundreds of videos on different guitars, and I've helped people discover the instruments that work for them. And I've always shot from the hip. There's people who've called me and said, well, what about this instrument or that instrument? And I would ask them questions, and we would determine that the neck was too big, or that the sustain was too long, or not long enough, it was too dry, different things. Because it's not been about just watching numbers go up and sales go through. It's about much more than that. It's about people being happy with the products that they get. And of course, I have always favored the boutique builders, as everyone knows, the small shop, and we're going to be handling a lot of those. As far as manufacturers go or larger shops go, how about these for brands? Atkin, we're going to handle Atkin out of England. I believe that the work that Alistair Atkin is doing, and of course Paul is kind of the right-hand man over there, I believe that they are building some wonderful guitars, and we are going to have Atkin in stock. Boucher, Robin Boucher, I have personally owned a Boucher, and there's reason for that. Nobody forced me into owning it. Nobody gave it to me, nothing like that. But I believe in Boucher guitars. Robin Boucher is just a wonderful builder and human being. Guillaume De Silva, who is kind of the head catch-all over there underneath Robin. He's a pleasure to work with and a wonderful man. And always he loves this business, and they love the instruments, not just the instruments they make, but other people's instruments. They value the artistic qualities of things, and they build just really killer instruments. So Boucher, we have those on order, several of those, along with Atkin. Gallagher Guitar Company. I'm very pleased with what I've seen coming out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and the Gallagher Guitar Company. David Mathis is a wonderful guy, and of course we already had one on, our first Gallagher on, and we were expecting numerous other Gallaghers. Oh man, Bedell and Breedlove, those are, Breedlove has kind of been a mainstay, been around my entire life. I've respected their guitars. And Bedell, of course, the work over there that Tom is doing, and kind of some of the unique things that they have going, getting into sort of the pre-war and wartime style dreadnought guitars. They have a huge stash of Brazilian rosewood that is very, very beautiful and has all the CITES paperwork. So that's a really good partner to have in building wonderful, beautiful instruments. Larrivee, same way. I have had a huge respect for them. I remember the first time I ever played one back in probably kind of the earlier mid-90s, 94, 95. And I think Jean Larrivee has really just been a legacy. And of course, he was a legacy in Canada as well before they kind of moved operations to California. And it's funny, I was watching Robin Boucher the other day, and he was talking about how the first Larrivee he played changed his life and changed his entire thoughts on what great guitars were. He said that was the first, really great guitar that had a profound moving effect on him. And obviously they have tons and tons of models that they've done over the years. They have the Tommy Emmanuel signature model and just so many, D40s and things like that kind of cater to flat pickers a little more. But Larrivee is a wonderful staple, I think, and we're going to be proud to have a bunch of those coming in, kind of on the lesser expensive ends. We're looking at stocking quite a few Alvarez products. I kind of believe in the Elite series. I think that just can't be beat for 4 and 5 times the money that those guitars sell for. And I believe that Alvarez, as good as they've always been, that they're even better. I think they continue to make strides and improve in areas that I never thought needed improving in. And I'll pick up something and it's like, wow, yeah, I thought this was good before, but this is really just taking it up a notch. Also, Gold Tone. I'm very fond of many of the products that Gold Tone makes, including their banjos and a lot of their kind of unique ethnic type instruments such as octave mandolins and bouzouki and things are just really, really good quality. I've owned an octave of theirs before and even used it in the studio a whole bunch. So Gold Tone, we're looking forward to doing a lot of stuff with them. Saga, which you might know, Kentucky mandolins, and Gold Star banjos, and some of the Blue Ridge guitars possibly. I don't know that we'll dive into the Blue Ridge guitars or not, but definitely the Kentucky mandolins and the Gold Star line are two that I'm particularly interested in from that line. And we also have a number of mandolin builders, both small and large, that I'm not at liberty to announce yet. So that's kind of where we're looking at in the banjo line, Gold Tone and Gold Star for the time being, and we're in the very, very early phases of this. And it's going to be ran like I've always ran this channel. We are going into physical retail very, very soon when things are ready. We have some things cooking with a commercial building here in Middlesboro, Kentucky. It'd be a nice 3-story commercial building that we anticipate getting all that worked in, and there's just some remodeling things that need to be done before a showroom is open. In the meantime, we, of course, will be doing business online. SeanBrockMusic.com, 606-547-4477 is the number, and that's open from 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday. If you've got a question about a product that we have, And so part of the reason that I'm doing this too is that I literally have spent hundreds upon hundreds of hours every year trying to assist people with finding the correct instrument for them, with trying to assist builders and sellers move their products, and everything has always been a very positive experience, at least as far as I've ever known. No one has ever came back and said otherwise. But it became what I refer to as a free grazing on my time. And, just things like I would be at my son's baseball game, and here's some guy that's called me 500 times about everything from picks to strings to string cutters and capos and everything else. And I've never made a dime off of this person. And he would call me over and over and over, and I'm at a baseball game, and I'd answer and say, "Hey, can I call you back? I'm at my son's ball game." And it would say, yeah, no problem. Hey, such and such put this guitar up, and I think you saw that a couple years ago. What do you think of that guitar? And it's like, there's some infringement here upon kindness. So, that kind of stuff, I can justify in my own mind if I'm in the business and a part of it making money, but it became to the point of not being able to justify that to my own self. And this is not something that I need to do to make a living. I have actually made a few decent financial decisions in my life, and I can absolutely not do this. This is not something that I have to do. It's something that I want to do. And that's the only reason I'm doing it. It's because I want to do it. Because as far as a financial decision, basically what it's doing is costing me money. It's not really making very much money right now, because I'm sinking money I could blow on anything in the world into a business and into stock for a business. And into all these instruments for the worthy consumer. And we don't have aspirations of being Guitar Center. We don't have aspirations of being Shop X, whoever you want to fill in the blank with. I was speaking to a gentleman the other day that we were talking about a shop that I've known for a long time, and he said, yeah, they told me that they wanted that very, very minimal sales. They wanted to sell 30 guitars a day. And I said, well, I would rather just go ahead and jump off a bridge and end it now than to sell 30 guitars a day. Because part of the service that we do is a guitar comes through, it is strung up, it is played, little setup tweaks are done. If the truss rod needs to be adjusted, I adjust it. If the nut slots are a little high, then I lower them a little. And when, the guitar leaves here, if it sells to a very dry environment, like out in the desert, out in Nevada, we talk about to the purchaser, well, hey, what kind of strings do you use? Do you usually perform in standard tuning? Things like that. So we can kind of gauge what a person's setup needs to be like based on their wants and desires and environmental conditions, vice versa, or opposite of that. If a guitar is going to Florida, we also need to adjust it just a little bit differently than what we do here in Kentucky. So those are things that I handle personally, and I personally play all of these instruments extensively. So there's no way I could ever hope to sell 30 guitars a day. I think also most of the inventory that we will be carrying doesn't warrant that. It warrants special attention, and it's not people buying Little Debbie snack cakes over at Kroger. It's real instruments for real musicians and aspiring musicians. So we're not in that crowd of wanting to take over the music industry. We're not in the crowd of not referring business to other people. I have always referred business to other shops. I will continue to do so. That's if a shop is good and they have a good product, then I've always supported that, and I always will. Just because I don't have it in stock, and there's numerous people on here who can tell you, who've asked me about, a guitar and would say, I'm really kind of looking for this, and I would say, well, I don't have that, but I tell you who does. I just saw it the other day, and I've tried to connect people. So I'm hoping some of that kindness will come back my way, and some of that consideration will come back my way. We will continue to do videos, obviously, of every instrument we carry that is beyond $1,000 in value. Some of the lower line stuff from Alvarez and Gold Tone, we won't do a video every time we get one in, because if we get 9 Alvarez's that retail at $799, I'm not going to do a video of all 9 of them. But, they will receive the same attention. They will be gone through, they will be played, they will be tweaked if need be, and we will do a video, where we play a bunch of them all at once. But that part of the videos won't be changing. You'll always be able to hear what you're getting, just like you always have, whether it was me selling it to you or another seller that I was hired to do a demo for. And on that subject, there will be a lot less of that now. I will continue to do demos for the products we carry. I will continue to do videos for builders that we are associated with. Other than that, it will be limited to videos of things that are on consignment, because we are going to take consignments. We will be charging a 15% consignment fee for instruments that are under $10,000. There is some negotiation room in there, just because every instrument is not necessarily the same. But basically it'll be a 15% rule. And if you want to check around with other shops, you'll find that number is very reasonable. Instruments that are above $10,000 will be a 10%. And obviously, if we get into more vintage stuff that's $100,000 and things like that, $200,000, we will further negotiate, that 10% fee. But instruments, once they arrive here, they're under our care, they're under our insurance through Heritage Insurance, and they will be treated actually better than I treat my own stuff, but they will be housed appropriately with humidity monitored and everything else. And they will receive pictures, they will receive a video, and we'll push that out there to try to sell your instrument. There's a certain store in Nashville that many of you may know who I'm talking about. They basically say that they sell more guitars than anybody in the world. And I don't know if that's true or not. I really don't know. I just know that I've heard a lot of stories of people sending them instruments, and it would be a month, 6 weeks later, and their instrument still wasn't actually posted to the website. No pictures were taken, nothing. And we don't operate that way. You send us an instrument, my priority is to get that instrument photographed, to get it recorded, and to get it sold. It's not doing me any good to have it sit around here for 6 weeks. It's not doing you any good because you want your money. So we're not operating that way. Within 72 hours, everything will be posted, and we are taking trade-ins on a case-by-case basis. we will take a trade-in, and of course we will negotiate with you, and I will give you a better price on a trade-in than most of your larger stores will. I guarantee you that, because I've been there and taken something in to places that shall be unnamed, and it's like, hey, well, I bought this PRS guitar from you for $23.99, and I've had it for 6 months, and it's in great condition. It's in excellent condition, but I'm kind of wanting this other PRS guitar that's $2,700, and I want to trade this in. Oh, well, we'll give you $800 trade-in. I don't operate that way. Now, I can't give them away. This is not UNICEF. I've done enough charitable musical contributions on this channel and in other places. So I can't just give you everything away, and I can't give you every dime you've got in it, because some people kind of buy high and think they're going to get all that money back, and sometimes, depending on the product, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. But I will be absolutely fair if you want to trade something in, and like I say, on the consignments, we will push them out. And any number of you who have been around for years have seen great numbers of guitars that go up that are sold the same day, or sold within 3 days or 5 days. That is the goal. And because of this model, we minimalize returns. We fully expect to communicate with a customer buying something. And like I said, I'll be straight up with you. I'll ask you questions and talk to you about what you like. And more than once, I've said, I don't think this is the guitar for you. It's a great guitar, but this neck is too big, and I don't think you can get along with that. And that minimalizes everybody's problems. It minimalizes my problems of sending something out and getting it back, and of course the customer's problem of getting something and it not meeting their expectations. So we do that as well, and somebody who claims they sell the most guitars in the world or the most consignments in the world, they don't. As long as you're a living, breathing thing or a bot, if you can access the keyboard to type in a credit card number, they'll sell it to you. They don't care if it goes out, and like this particular store I'm thinking of, before they had a change in their location and environment and other things, I had consigned a couple of instruments with them, and my stuff got damaged. It got damaged, and there was no repercussions. And actually, I remember when I went in to get it, they never even checked my ID or anything. I just said who I was and what I had, and I wanted to take my instruments, and they just went and got them. So we're trying to be more diligent and protective of people's stuff, and treat it with respect. So that's consignments, and like I said, Atkin, Boucher, Bedell, Breedlove, Larrivee, Gallagher, and a lot of the custom builders, people like Nathan Wright and Rocky Northern, Chris Rothrock, Joshua Young. Several of these guys have committed to providing some guitars here and there. So we want to keep a good inventory, and a good inventory is more important to us than the largest inventory in the world, because there's a lot of stuff that hangs around that's just junk. And yeah, it's kind of nice to have the wall hanging full, but if the wall's hanging full of junk, it's not doing me any good or my customers any good. And there's lots of places you can buy junk. So you can go and buy junk somewhere else if junk is what you're desiring. I mean, if you want to buy, like a first act or something for your grandkid to maybe get started on, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Go buy it, go do it, and hopefully they get started and they love it. But we're just not going to be a full shop that just sells everything from, the $59 guitar up to the $159,000 guitar. We're going to focus in that range, just like we always have, kind of that more or less small shop range with, with some cheaper used pieces, and also with, Alvarez being kind of our Alvarez and Saga being more geared for the intermediate level type price range. But, I hope you guys will check out the link in the description box. And like I say, if I've ever helped you with anything, I would certainly appreciate it if you would give me a review on Google. It would mean a lot to me. And I hope you'll check out the website, SeanBrockMusic.com. And every week I will update the blog on there. And as inventory comes through the door, obviously we will be updating that, and we'll be making more videos. And we're hoping, for all the best, for a very bright future in this. But barring consignments or something like that, some of our builder relationships, we unfortunately we will not do demo videos for people anymore. Because if you want me to be straight up with you, I charged $100 for a demo video. I tried to put a rule in place where if an instrument was $10,000 or over, that there was an additional $10 per thousand for the value, because people were spending $100 and selling $30,000 instruments the same day, and woohoo, they good for them. They didn't go to a certain other store and pay a 20% consignment fee or a 15% consignment fee, and let their stuff get kicked around and beat around and get no video at all, which is another thing that usually goes on. So I mean, they really got in and got their money and got things quick, and the video helped. And unfortunately, I've got to look out for myself a little more now, and I'm just not able to do that. And there's certain relationships that I will maintain. Like say Dale Owen, Dale's Showstoppers. Dale and I have known one another a long time, and we've done videos of his USA luthier collection, and as he adds pieces to it, we'll continue to do those, because that's a great value to the community. But if you were kind of thinking, hey, I may want to sell this guitar and post it on Reverb, but I know that a video would help it move out, I might call Sean and ask him about having one done. The answer is no. Unless you're consigning it with me, I'm just not doing that anymore. And we're not doing favors for manufacturers anymore either. If they are a manufacturer that we deal in their product, then we will do a video. If not, then sayonara. There's other people that do videos, or hey, do the video yourself. It's a free country. Everybody's got a video camera now. So anyway, that's the deal. SeanBrockMusic.com, 606-547-4477. I would love to consign things for you if I can be of help. If you're kind of looking for something and you want me to keep my ear to the ground, that's also very possible. So don't be afraid to drop me a line. Give me a call, or you can email SeanBrockMusic@gmail.com. And of course, all this stuff's on the website. But I really appreciate you guys, and I hope that you'll leave us a review on Google. It would mean a lot to me. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. This is just the very, very beginning. This is a very quiet season for me right now, because we're building inventory every day. I'm talking to Guillaume at Boucher, or Paul at Atkin, or John Kelly, who's my rep for Larrabee and Bedell and Breedlove, and talking to a lot more companies as well. So I kind of have trouble keeping up some days. But this is a very quiet season as usual. Usually this time of the year, videos usually slow down. But when we kick back into gear, just here in about another month, you'll probably see more videos from me than you want to be honest with you. But I just wanted y'all to know what's going on. And I thank everybody for their friendship and support. I've had a lot of great friends on here. And, I don't want anybody to think, hey, I can't ask this guy a question about my 2007 Collings D1A varnish that started buzzing when I do this or whatever. And I guess he'll get mad at me if I ask him. No, that is not the case. I don't care that I have nothing to gain. If I have knowledge and information that I can be of help, then I'm glad to do it. It's just that there's kind of a limit of how much of it I can do without having my hands on the product and doing direct deals. But so many of y'all have been great friends and have never bought anything from me. And I don't think any less of you, and I won't think any more of you if you do buy something from me, because I consider you to be friends. But I just want you to know I appreciate you, and please leave us that review if you get a chance. Thank y'all. Take care.